Today we are being called on to be patient, to be centered, not just today, but for the rest of your life. Because the golden age is already here. We are already in the age of Aquarius. It's already happened. Welcome. Nice to meet you. It probably started the year I was born, in the Great Convergence. But now, since 2012, when we officially entered was 2012, we have been getting more and more and more and more and more there. And people wanted to ignore it. That's why COVID happened. But that's going to keep happening because it still didn't finish waking people up after COVID. And wars and disasters. And I'm not here to preach negativity. I'm here to preach positivity. But the more you don't let the shadow be cleansed, let the darkness come up and be seen in the light, but then you see it in the light and you release it, right? That goes for your own personal stuff and everybody around you. So if you find people are being a little more rude than usual, it's because their darkness is purging and they are actually trying to live in truth. Probably still unconsciously, because most people are still unconscious, but that's how God works. It doesn't matter if you want to or not, or if you're gonna wake up or not. God's gonna do it anyways. That's what's happening because we all are God. So God's evolving and expanding and we're gonna go anyways, whether we like it or not, right? So we really need to be right here. I talk about it all the time, that heart center space, your heart chakra, the meditative space, the God spark, whatever works for you and causes you to feel inspired, because that inspiring feeling is a direct feeling of God, like joy and bliss. And just get in there because you need to help them cleanse. Because if you're here and you're awake and you're watching me, you're more awake than them probably. So them is like everybody you encounter, teachers at your kids' schools, co-workers, just like husbands, wives, if they're not also awake, parents, your own children, though they're like not necessarily asleep. They kind of are asleep. They say kids are awake, but they're not. They're actually weirdly more egotistical than us. And I'm sure they have a more direct connection to God. I'm not exactly sure how that one unfolds in reality, but technically they're supposed to be closer to spirit. So we also need to forgive the children because they are also going to be purging our stuff for us. That I know is a fact. They will actually be purging our stuff. If you didn't, this is why before you have children, if you're still young, you're supposed to heal yourself first and then have children. I had just started, well, it was a couple years in, but it takes a long time to like work through all your stuff. It's unpacking bag after bag after bag, but you can do it. You just have to keep pushing forward. And now you can do it a lot faster. That's the beautiful thing. Now, oh my goodness, if you just started yesterday, you might be at the level of, you might be higher than me in a week. You know what I mean? It depends how into it you get, because you go to a ritual or do like a really powerful meditation and you just rocket shooted past years of what somebody else did, of studying and meditating every day and affirmations. You could be bam right there, because that's like the Bible says something about like the last of us will be the first, meaning like we're all going to get there at the same time. We're all going at the same time. And all we can do is thank those that were there before us and for leading the way, for being lights in the darkness. And we have to follow the light. And as we follow the light, we become more of the light ourselves. That's why a lot of us feel compelled to just, do a YouTube show and spread the light and write books. I know they make jokes like there's so many spirituality and self-help books. Yeah, because we need them. Maybe if y'all stop being atheists, the rest of us wouldn't feel like we need to keep writing books and music and YouTubes and TikToks, you know what I'm saying? So you need to, and Instagram, it's just flooded on Instagram. But you always see, that reminds me of another point I wanted to say, is actual positivity and light is needed, not toxic positivity. So yesterday I talked about like how I went through a bad situation, but I handled it with positivity. That is that light and joy that is always inside you is where you want to get that source from. It all comes back to here. You want to get that from here, that true positivity, not toxic positivity, not, I'm so happy, oh, it's okay, here comes my ulcer, like, no. because that's just going to cause you to snap later or get cancer eventually. You can't, if you want to cry, cry. If you want to scream, scream. Just try not to say bad words, because your words are magic and they're spells. You're making magic every time you talk. So only let good words out. Easier said than done, but that's what you want to focus on. But you can cry. You can be screaming angry. You got to watch, anger is a dangerous one, but like, you do also want to let that out. But crying's really, really safe, because your salty tears, ever wonder why your tears are salty? Because it's purifying. Actually, so is sweat. So if you don't want to cry and you're a workout person, I'm not. But if you are and you want to work up a sweat, go do that, because that's going to cleanse you as well. You want to be cleansed. You want to be purified, so that we can be the light for everybody. Because the earth from the outside view is going to, I don't like to say bad words, but let's just say you might be concerned, right? But if you are the light and you are in darkness, like the darkness is around you, you're not dark, darkness is around you, you will be okay. God will find a way. And hypothetically, even if you die, you're going to be cocooned into a little bubble and still kept safe. Like, not scared. You know what I mean? We are protected. We are there, especially those that want to come and bring the light. Not like we're more special, but like God, that's what God's doing. So all we're really doing is letting God do what he wants to do. It's not us. We're just letting God do what he's trying to do. Everybody else is stopping. You know what I mean? Everybody else is coming like, nope, I gotta go to work and work 9 to 5. Don't you understand my life? I got so many bits and dits and things to pay, and you just don't understand how hard it is for me. You know? So we don't want to be that. We want to say, yes, God. Yes, God. That's a great idea. And then if you're feeling that pure light, because I know sometimes it can be hard to, was that God? Did it come from pure light? When you go to do it, does it fill you with bliss and joy? It might scare you. Things of God might scare you, but it's going to be inspirational. And then when you do it, it'll be obvious it was from God, because it will flourish. But the more you get rid of the ego, the more those thoughts can come to you. And it's just a dance. It's a balance. Working at that shadow, the darkness of the earth. We're in that right now. We're we're the cleansing generation. All of us, in the hundreds of, some of us are hundreds, some of us are just born. We are all the cleansers. Everybody alive right now, it's us. And even our children possibly, because the golden age is like 2,000 years. So let's hurry up, because I want to see it. But it might take some time, but we are the ones that are going to be doing the cleanup. And it's just energetic, because as you clean your energy, it's naturally going to clean the earth. And let the earth just do what it's trying to do and stop stopping it, and be a part of the light. You can do it, and I hope you already are.